Today I want us to look at data protection. First of all, I want us to understand, why did the Kenyan government come up with the Data Protection Act of 2019? These are some of the reasons. The primary reason was to protect the Kenyan citizen privacy and address the misuse of personal data. For example, unsolicited marketing via M-Pesa. The other thing was to help the Kenyans align with the global standards, which foster trust in the Kenyan growing digital economy. This was meant to attract investment, especially from the foreigners. Now, I want us to look at the Data Protection Act itself, and I want us to look at the laws governing the data protection in Kenya. There are 3 other regulations which supplement the Data Protection Act of 2019, which include the Data Protection General Regulation 2021. We also have the Data Protection Compliance and Enforcement Regulation 2021. We also do have the Data Protection Registration of a Data Controller and Data Processor 2021. It is paramount to note that Article 31C of the Constitution of Kenya provides for the regulation and processing of data, for processing of personal data. Also, there are other laws that back up this act. We have several treaties and conventions that contain data protection provision that are not inconsistent with the Constitution of Kenya. So, by dint of Article 2.5 and Article 2.6 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, these treaties and conventions also have say in Kenya, and they also form part of the Kenyan law. So, let us look at what Article 31C of the Constitution of Kenya provides. Article 31C provides that every person in Kenya has a right to privacy, which includes a right not to have information relating to their family or private affairs unnecessarily required or revealed. And it also provides for the privacy of their communication being infringed. What do I mean? If today you took your child to school, the teachers there, their work is to teach that child. They do not have the authority to inquire on where does the father come from. Is the father a Kenyan? Is he a foreigner? Where does he work? That is unnecessary data which does not even go in tandem with what the child is doing in school. Today, if I call you or if I'm making a call, I have a right of not to be recorded. As in, why should you record my conversation? However, if I consent that you record, then it's okay. But at least I should make my communication without fear that somebody somewhere could be listening to what I'm communicating, because that information, according to the Constitution of Kenya and according to the data protection policy, that information should be private.